quick I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make an early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive change of direction in the true essence of Reggie Bush. From JT and ZT to DVP and AVG. Terminator to a quarterback, Hunter JP. Steve Ross, the boss, King Flow, and card slinging, gambling genius, slick Chris Greer.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Dolphins Daily with Dolphins Thirsty, Rob Mosley, and my host, Justin. And we still want to take a little bit of time to remember, our thoughts and prayers for Damar, still in a Cincinnati hospital in intensive care. So our thoughts with him.
Yeah.
Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Damar Hamlin and his entire family. We know this is tough to deal with. Let's hope everything works out for the better, and the entire Bills organization. Let's hope everything goes good for them.
Yep, and we got Jalen here. He's going to join us right now, and so I'm going to throw him up there. Hello, Jalen.
What's up, dog?
Welcome.
How y'all doing?
Can't
doing good,
complain,
man. Doing good.
So thank you for joining with us today. Sorry, there we go. So how are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm even better because my brother, he just got moved up to the active squad with the Denver Broncos. So
congratulations.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. It's going to be a big week for him.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's great. And what's his name? I'm sorry, I didn't even know that. So I'm getting to know you. So that's good. What's his name? Your brother's name?
Jaquan McMillan.
Okay, cool. And
Yeah.
what position does he play? See, I don't even know. I know my Dolphins, but I don't know other teams.
He plays cornerback, dude. He's a cornerback.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the season. Me and I had Jaquan on digging in the trenches. Right after that, I was pulling for the Dolphins to go poach Jaquan off the Broncos practice squad, but it didn't happen.
Yeah,
I mean, he could definitely be a use for us. I'm not saying that because that's my brother, but I'm telling you,
I believe it.
He didn't get moved. They didn't move him up and for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So
no, of course you're not on a practice squad all year. If you don't have talent, then you definitely don't get moved up if you don't have talent. So that's good. Congratulations to you and your brother, of course.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Cool. So I guess, do you live out that way too? You're like in the Colorado area, or?
Nah, we live in North Carolina. We're from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went to ECU. I went to Western Carolina. So we were on the opposite ends.
Oh, okay.
We played football together and stuff. So we played on the same team and everything.
That's cool. So that's awesome. So are you going to try to get to a game of his? I know this is right now at the end of the season, but maybe next year, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I was supposed to this weekend because this would be his first start and things like that. I was supposed to go this weekend, but I have other things and I was busy. But the sad thing is I'll be in Colorado after the season. So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
but
that's still cool though.
Yeah, they wanted him to come back, so they're bringing him back next year, and he signed a bigger contract yesterday. So that's good.
So the Broncos are bringing him back for next year then too.
Yep. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Good. Congratulations for Jaquan, man. That's a big up in his career going forward. That means they see what they like and they're going to put it to use next season as well.
That's great. That's
super.
Anyway, what's your thoughts real quick? I know on like the Damar Hamlin, were you watching when that happened? And it's like,
I was watching live and the first time I saw it, I was like, dang, what? I said, maybe he hit his head a little bit, like kind of crazy. Then they played it again. I'm like, what? I said, the hit wasn't hard. And then he just stood up and put his hand across his body or whatever and just fell back. And that's when I knew something was wrong. It wasn't a concussion. It wasn't a concussion at that point. But the doctor said it was a non-related football injury. So I guess he had something wrong with him, and they're saying that the impact didn't affect it as us fans that we think. But
Right.
That's crazy though. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think I heard the same thing, that there might be some previous medical history going on with DeMar that the NFL didn't catch upon further
Yeah.
inspection, and now it's all coming to light now on the football field. Like he said too, when he got hit, the hit wasn't really hard. It didn't seem too impactful. So when he got up and stood up, I even told myself, like, oh man, maybe he bursted like a blood vessel or something, like, in his head somewhere, or something happened.
Yeah.
And then he just hit the ground. Like, I don't know, but I've never seen anything like that happen on a football field before. It was all pretty new for me as well. So
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to get that. So on a lighter note, what's your take on this week? First off, I've never asked you, how did you become a Dolphin fan living up in Carolina and everything?
Oh, I love telling this story. It's not a long story, but I was like 4 or 5 years old. I was one of, I forgot. And my dad, we went downstairs to his man cave, and he had all 32 little helmets.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
he laid them all out. He laid all of them out. He said, "You guys," he said, "besides the Dallas, because he's a Cowboys fan. He didn't want us to root because we go to the. I'm a Duke fan with him, and I'm a Florida State football fan. So he said, besides Dallas, you can't pick nobody. So I looked at all 32 of those helmets, and I said, I picked that one. I said, I want this team, because I didn't know what the team was called. He said, okay, that's the Miami Dolphins. He said, now you pick this, you got to stick with it for the rest of your life. I said, yeah. I said, well, I said, Dad, that's what I want. And my brother, he picked the Washington, Commanders now. So,
Right.
And I stuck with it ever since I was like 4 years old.
hell yeah,
that's
dude.
great.
That's
That's
dedication, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's a good story too. So
And when was that? And what year was that? How old are you again?
I'm young. That was actual 2004 when I was 4.
Oh damn! So
2004.
you've never seen a Dolphins playoff win in your life,
Nope.
have you?
I just seen a playoff loss. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
in
that stinks.
2016. Yeah,
See, like when we get new fans like Jalen, dude, I'd like to see them come into something where we're winning a little bit and having momentum. Like in the 2000s, man, you could always count on the one thing is the Dolphins getting into the playoffs. You could definitely count on us getting into the playoffs because we had Dan Marino. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, oh, well, we'll be in the playoffs, but we just never really could get over that hump. Besides that, you know what I'm saying?
no,
Crazy.
it's been way too long, man, way too long. So that's why I'm still, as bad as this skid's been, I still want the Dolphins to make the playoffs, even if it's backing in because you got to win and then hope that New England loses. But I still want it. I know some fans are saying, "Oh, I don't want to win it because it's just going to prolong my misery." But to me, if you're a Dolphin fan, you want the team to at least make it and give you that one more week of Dolphin football. I mean, if you're a complainer, it's one more week to complain about the team. Oh, we stunk in the game. So, you think they would want they would want them in there too.
Great.
So, but I see people on Twitter. Oh, I want my misery to end now, and I just rather them to lose.
It's even one more. It's even one more week for all the trolls. They control one more week as well. See what I'm saying? So everybody wins with us getting in.
See, me and my girl, we move into our new spot, so I want to be able to get everything situated and be able to watch a playoff game
in your new place.
In my new place, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely want to, and I definitely think we will. I'm a 90%. I'm 90% positive that we will, because of what happened Monday. They're gonna have to play their starters this week, no matter what, and I think they're gonna dominate the Patriots because of DeMar. And I think all we have to do. I know we have to make sure the Patriots lose. But I think we win, we get in. So it's up to us still. It's up to us still. I don't see the Bills. I mean, the Patriots beating the Bills, and especially what happened Monday. They're not getting a chance to play the Bengals this week. Oh, they're going to come out and wanting to fight for DeMar.
That's what I'm thinking too.
So
it's going to be up to us to win. I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be up to us, and then, that's really I think we will. Though.
Isn't that crazy? So we've lost 5 games in a row, but yet our fate is still in our own hands. Isn't that nuts, bro? Everything we've been through, and yet we still have a chance to try to get into the playoffs. I think this is where they really need to show. Everybody's got to be on their best right here, man. I know the Jets are out. I know they're already been eliminated. But, man, when I look on that, I've been matching the game up here, getting ready for the weekend show. And then, I talk a little bit about it here too. But, man, that Jets defense is scary, dog. This ain't no joke. I'm talking every damn one of their players is a key matchup indicator, dog. Like Sauce, John Franklin Myers, Quinn starts in the middle, Quinn Williams. If you can't get someone to block Quinn Williams from the very beginning, then you're going to have a long day. And let's not forget about his little brother out there, Quincy, that's on the edge, the linebacker edge combination. This guy's speed and tackle, man, he'll get after you. They're loaded, bro. They're loaded. They scare the hell out of me on defense. I wish our defense was built like their defense.
Well, they have a good defense, man, for sure. They do. They get after the quarterback a lot too.
Yep, as soon as they drafted that Quinn Williams kid, I was like, oh man, he's going to be a thorn in our side for years to come. Looks like I was right.
Yep, he is a dog.
Yeah, dude. Like that dude's just an animal, man. Like I think you're going to have two to block him on every play. And then looking at the game going forward, they got Armstead's hurt, Fisher's hurt, Lamb's hurt, Shell's dealing with an injury, and Little's dealing with an injury. So we don't have not one healthy tackle on the whole roster right now. Oh, man, that's got me a little worried right there. What do you think about that, Jalen?
I thought about that during the Patriots game. I said, even when they kept going down, I'm like, I said, if we win this game, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
It was amazing that we put up 21 points. To me,
we had a chance to win the game, man. We had chances to win that game.
We had a chance, and they were a top 4 defense, top 5 defense, and the Jets defense. I know people think I'm crazy, but they don't scare me, man.
Oh my God, you crazy?
They don't, man, because
I've been hearing you say that all season, dude. You've been telling me that all season. I've been listening to you.
When it comes to it, man, and I watch the games. I watch the Jets like I watch the Dolphins, kind of because I hate them so much. But every time I watch them, I knew. I mean, maybe against us because of our situation, we're not healthy, but all that. Well, like I tell them, their defense got to the top 7 defense because of what happened early in the season. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel, because when they do play a healthy team, they're putting up 27 or more points. You know what I'm saying? Like Seattle, when they're playing a healthy quarterback, a healthy O-line, and a good running back, they're going to give up nothing but 24 or more points. If you go look at it, every game that they played and they play a starting quarterback, they have led up 24 to 30 points. So their defense, I think, they're frauds because of who they've had to play for 8 weeks now. Backup quarterbacks, and the offense has been banged up. So that's me, though.
You think they're smoke and mirrors?
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible.
Because the Lions, I mean, the Jaguars did whatever they wanted on them. The linebackers are slow. Mosley is just not fast at all. I think that's where we're going to win.
Really?
Yeah. His coverage skills they're terrible. But he's a good downhill runner making a tackle. I do like him with that. But out in space, got to get him. He's been getting messed up for the past.
What about Quan, the other linebacker, Quan Alexander?
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
Because I was just matching that up, and I gave their linebackers an edge over our running backs just because they've been balling lately like that.
But we're going to give them a test. We're going to give them a test because when Teddy and Skylar play, we check down a lot. So we're going to give them a test. They're going to have to run with Tyreek and Mostert and Jeff Wilson in the flat. So we're going to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I hope so. We did show a little more this week that we can get the running backs involved in the passing game a little more. So that was a good sign. So hopefully we can do that again.
So what do you think the game plan going into something like this is going to be with the 7th round rookie quarterback getting his first start ever in the NFL?
Me or?
Yeah, both of you.
I think he started against the Vikings earlier this season, and he was driving on them. He was going to go score, and with the week's preparation, I thought he did really good. Just for those little amount of minutes that he played, I mean, he was dotting the ball, threading the needle, and feeling more confident. And besides getting put in there, not really practicing all week, and like, dang, I got to go in again. So I think what's going to happen is Coach Mike McDaniels, I think he really believes in his arm. So I think we're going to throw with Teddy, I think we ran a lot more, but I think he's going to go back to the basic with Tua. We're going to throw. We're going to throw. And we're going to run the ball a little bit, but we're going to have to throw.
So they're going to sling it around the yard, huh?
Just like he did when he came in against the Jets. Hopefully he doesn't throw a pick. hopefully
he uses his legs some because he can scramble. I'm hoping he takes off sometimes. Put it in his head, like if someone's not, just take off and gain what you can gain, because the Dolphins don't have that element for the most part. So that could surprise them and be like, holy crap, this kid can run.
Yep.
Yeah, if it was up to me and I was the coach, I would actually deviate away from slinging it around the yard and trusting his arm so much, and I would protect the young man. And I would do that by having a heavy, heavy, heavy game plan of run. You've heard me over the last couple of this whole last month, I've been talking about let's run the ball. This would be the game to really do it in. And when I say run, I'm talking like Skyler, you're going to throw 10 passes. I'm talking you're going to run 80% of the snaps are going to be run. I would run the ball, and I'd run the ball some more. And the reason why is because to negate their pass rush that they have, the way to eliminate it is to run it. And I want to run up in between the tackles. I want to run outside zone. I want to run inside zone. I want to run wham. I want to run trap. I want to run counter. I want to run delay. Jet sweep wouldn't hurt at all. I haven't seen one called in weeks.
I know. I would love to see Tyreek Hill on some,
Exactly. I'd like to see Tyreek in the backfield, Jalen Waddle in the backfield. How about put both of them in the backfield and then make them defend something like that? I wish I was calling the plays, because this is the kind of stuff I would be doing. I'd be doing pulling weird people in different spots just to see what I could get. I would use I haven't seen Tanner Connor used in like a sweep or jet sweep motion, anything just to get the ball into kids' hands. Same thing with Waddle. Same thing with Trent Sherfield. I mean, you could use these guys like that, but I've only seen it used here and there. I think that's the key game plan to win the game, is to possess the ball, win the time of possession, and just run the hell out of the ball. I mean, if we're going to throw it 15 times, I'm okay with that. But the rest of them need to be all running plays.
I agree.
You guys have different visions of what's going to happen, but I think Jalen may be more right. I know that's what you want. You're not saying that's what's going to happen.
No, I think Jalen's right, but that's just to show how stupid as hell Mike McDaniels is. Then, like, honestly, I'm not going to throw it around the rock like that. Like, we've been doing that the last 5 games, bro. We've lost 5 games in a row with his philosophy of let's chuck it around the yard. I mean, dude, I haven't seen a screen pass called with this team all season long, bro. You don't throw no screens. Like, that'd be the one of none. Zero. None. Like, if I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be calling screens. I'd be calling different plays that are like, that's why this offense is so vanilla, dude. A defense can drop back and look. My daughter could call defense on our offense because I know exactly where the ball is going to go, dude. I know where it's going. It's either going to Tyreek or it's going to Jalen. And if not, then you're going to dump it somewhere and it'll be under the middle. And that's this. It brings no dynamic to the offense when you got these great playmakers like Tyreek and Jalen and you don't know how to use them. You got a 6'6", 265-pound guy who can run over the seam, and you don't use him over the seam. I understand you want him to be a tight end, but that's not what he's good at. You need to run him up the seam. You need to have him be a chain mover, have him be a red zone target. You're not doing that either. You got a fullback with a club on his hand, and you're trying to throw him the football. He can't catch. He's got a club on his hand, bro. Like, he needs to use that dude as a blocker.
He didn't even want to catch the ball.
I wouldn't want to either. I mean, damn, bro, come on. We have to use what we have at our disposal the correct way, and you can just see it's not being used that way because the dude's a rookie, and he can't get out of his way from calling a play. Like, he can dial up plays, and he's not scared. He's very aggressive. I like that. But I just want to see him, like, use what you have the right way at your disposal, bro. You got Tyreek Hill. Like, use him as a decoy and draw 5 defenders in and then throw somebody the ball over the middle. What the hell? Like, you can scheme that up. Like, I see him use scheme plays, but it's like they're so few and far in between. I'll see him scheme one up, and then the next one look like they're all, like, predetermined plays that they're running. I don't get it, man. What are you guys seeing?
No, I agree with you. I'm with you. But I'm also – with Jalen, just thinking we're going to see more or less what we've seen the whole season, and let's just hope it works this time.
Man,
yep,
that don't give me a good feeling. I'm feeling a little queasy, like Joe Philbin used to say.
I think Mike McDaniels, he has to tell Skyler today, and I think we might do a little read option. I would love to see a little read option.
That'd be awesome.
Well, maybe not even a read option, just like Skylar, be smart. Like you got to the NFL because you're a smart quarterback. Obviously, there's something about you that somebody likes.
Right.
So, and you and your ability to run, even if it's a handoff and you just reading that the defender, and if he just snatching he can. Oh my goodness, he can run.
He can run, bro.
He
like
can run.
when I was scouting this kid, the thing that drew me to him, it was the only quarterback I had on the Dolphins draft board that I wanted us to draft, and we drafted him in the 7th round. The thing that caught me most about Skylar is his knack for making a play when things go off kilter, when it's his intangibles kick in on 3rd down and the play's blown, he'll scramble around and make something happen. That's the first thing that caught my eye about the kid. I was like, damn, he can make a play out of nothing. And I'll be honest with you, they need to use that a little bit more. And the way you use that is by getting him outside of the pocket. Do you want him to sit in the top pocket and, read the defense and break it down? Sure. But when things get messy in there,
he froze. But yeah, when it gets messy, use those legs and gain some yardage is where I'm sure he was going to. Oh, there you go.
Got all wonky.
Yeah, you did. You're back.
Yeah. Nope, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yep, get outside the pocket and make a play with your legs.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the hurt to using right here? Like everybody probably don't like this, but why not use the old college option, just a run option? Use Skylar running outside the pocket, Mostert right there on the side of him. He runs into trouble, pitch it down to Mostert, grab yards. I mean, you could use
I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't mind that.
Me neither, bro. Like you got speed in order to do it.
Yeah, we have to do something. We have to do something in order to, like I said, I think this is still a win or go home because of, like I said, I think the Bills are going to handle that situation pretty good now, pretty easily. And they still want to fight for that number 1 spot, especially now. So I have a question for you guys, though. If we win and we make it to the postseason, you guys see Tua coming back and making a run?
I do.
Yeah, honestly, if we get into the playoffs, I would love to see Tua get in and get some run, man. That's the guy who's got us here this far so far. Yeah, I would love to see that.
That's all. Of course, we're not doctors, but if the doctors say he's a go,
they said the article came out and said that he doesn't need to retire. So everybody who's saying he needs to retire, be quiet. He doesn't need to do that. He will be okay. So I'm thinking, like, I know he's going to get crapped on for like the media and fans and stuff, but if the doctor says he's fine, then what do we have doctors for? If you're going to go against what the doctor says, then okay, if you get sick, don't go to the doctors. Then if I get sick, then that means me not go because they don't know what they're talking about. Like I don't understand it sometimes. If the doctor says you're okay to go,
then you're okay to go.
You're okay to go if he says, and there are reports that Tua might be ready for the playoffs if they make it.
That makes me feel better, though, hearing you say that, Jalen, because I was one of the guys who was like, man, if it was me, I would retire. That makes me feel good hearing you say that and hearing it come out that he doesn't need to retire. Now I can sit on my Tua autographed and jersey cards that I have and keep them as investments.
You and your cards.
No, I don't have to like sell out and like sell them for like half of what I got them for and stuff.
And
like
I appreciate
that.
it, Bobby. I saw your mention down there.
Yeah,
Bobby.
hell yeah, Bobby. Bobby's always welcome up in here, man. That's the dog right there. That's the godfather.
Bobby would say, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Bobby's a good tutor. I always forget to say that. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button while you're in here. Thank you, guys. Yep. But anyway, I agree. I think if the doctors say he's a go in the playoffs, then there's no questions.
Yeah, my cousin.
It gives him experience of playing playoff football moving forward, and he would know that added atmosphere because it steps up from the preseason and camps. Then the regular seasons that from what players, I'm sure your brother would tell you, is a whole different atmosphere during the regular season. Then the playoffs, it probably even goes up another notch of intensity.
Oh yeah, bro, that's ramped up immediately.
So that would be a great feeling for the young man to get if he's definitely the guy moving forward for us. You want him to have that experience.
Yeah, I know on the other show last week I said I was done with Tua, but I thought about it for a week. I thought about it for a week, and that was good shit. I looked at the game. I said, yes, he lost 4 in a row. Yes, he's why we kind of lost those 4, but our offense still doesn't look the same without him. I said, Tua is just I don't know. he fits our scheme, and he's definitely the quarterback for our offense that makes a difference. Without him, it's just so sloppy. But Teddy was doing pretty good, though.
He
I
had some
can't
nice
lie.
passes. He had a couple of nice
He did.
passes. Yep.
If it's up to Tua, he can.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's up to Tua, he comes back. He's a fighter. The team has to decide if they move forward as a franchise quarterback. Big question this offseason. I agree. We've been talking about it a lot, especially on Bobby's post-game shows and stuff like that, and even digging into the trenches. We'll talk about it all the time, what we're going to do moving forward. Bobby, you know how I feel. I think you should draft a quarterback every single season until you have what you want. And even after that, keep drafting him again because you're going to need some backup depth to go behind him. I'm always looking to draft a quarterback if it has what I want. You know what I'm saying? Ender, what's up, my man? Your order is placed. I'm waiting for it to come out of production. Once it gets to me, it'll go to you, my man. So the ball is rolling. So, yeah, man, I honestly think that the sky's the limit if we could get into the playoffs with Tua. I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? He's had some time to rest, get his mind together. It's funny that you bring up that 4-game when we lost, and he's was part of the quarterback the why we lost. He's the starting quarterback of the Dolphins, and we lost 4 in a row. It's funny, man. I've seen something going on there that I think he's just trying to get out of his way a little bit. He's learning to play quarterback. He's fairly young still. He's only 24 years old. I think right now he hit a speed bump in the middle of his season, and he was trying to learn a little bit more about himself, a little bit more about his game, and a little bit more about this game of football that we all love. And he had to start playing a little differently. And I think he knew that. He was just having a little bit of trouble getting to it because not only was he trying to change his game, but his coach wasn't helping him get there, helping him a lot. Called some design plays for him that are a little bit more high percentage for him. Don't ask every pass to be this perfect pass. Right. It has to be perfectly into this window that's 6 by 6. You know what I mean? Because that's hard on a guy to do that's only been in the league for 3 years. I'm not giving him no excuses. He has to play, but the coach has to do better at dialing up plays for him to be more successful. That and the players have to be, come on, man, go out for your boy. When the pass is off the target, go out there and grab it for him. But
I agree on that because some of these teams you watch and these players make great catches to help out their quarterback.
They're bailing out their quarterback,
Rick Hill made some great catches a couple of times to help him out, but it's not consistent. There's a lot of balls that may not be perfect, but they're still catchable if you're an NFL player getting paid big bucks to catch a football. You should be,
and that's crazy. That Eric Izukama, we drafted him here because he's got a great catch radius. He'll catch footballs that touch his hands. If they touch his hands, he's pretty much going to catch the football. He's great at the.
He hasn't been activated one week.
And I think that could be a key for Tua going forward is having someone like that can bail him out. Stephon Diggs, someone who is good at the strong hands at the catch point, won't get out-muscled for the football.
I think he should have been playing over
weeks ago.
Over Craycraft. And I think what would also help Skylar is Eric coming because they had a great connection during the preseason.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And just to see both of them out there with Hill and Jalen Waddle, oh my goodness, I don't understand why we have.
Are we calling for it this week? Break glass in case of emergency?
Yeah, I know. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? Try
nothing, bro. Go for it.
Before we get too far off the topic, Jalen, I'm 100% with you, man. It's tough to know where we stand with Tua because he shows potential so often, but then he's not available so often. So it's hard. I think moving forward, we have to bring in at least really fair competition and let the best person win because it's tough.
Yeah.
Because here we are going, ending his 3rd year and we still don't know if he's the guy, and it's mainly because of availability.
Your best ability is availability.
So it's hard. So don't worry. I waver all the time. I like the young man. I want him to succeed. Seems like a really good dude from what, all reports that we get. But if he's not playing, what good does it do? So
yeah, it's no good at all. The only thing that he's doing is watching the teams. But we need him out there. We really need him out there, and he knows that. And he knows he needs to be out there to prove a lot of people wrong, and I know it's killing him right now, but it's just crazy, man.
What's killing me right now, man, is knowing what we know. And I know everybody's like, well, we don't know if he's the answer or not. I've seen enough to tell you right now he could be a franchise quarterback on a team. You just got to have protection for the kid, bro. Is Tom Brady getting behind a line that's all leaky like ours and looking great? No. I think you need more protection for a guy like that. You want to win with someone like that, you need to build the Great Wall of China. You need an offensive line that's better than half-legged Armstead out there, who's actually doing a good job. A makeshift line, a guy who's a guard playing center, who's doing a good job there as well. But I just think you need guys more in their natural spots, and you'd see Tua literally eat defenses alive if he's got time, which we had early in the season. But now it's getting to that point in time in the football year where your time's not as much as you used to have because everyone's hurt. No one's holding their blocks as long. Things are getting drastic out there. So you got to make decisions. I'm not going to make excuses for the kid. I agree with you, Rob. Your best ability is your availability, but you gotta ride some of these things out sometimes. You've heard me talk on here and preach about how we've gone through 35 quarterbacks, 12 head coaches, and 6 GMs since Shula and Marino. I'm sick of the wash, rinse, and repeat. So if you guys are all on that wash, rinse, and repeat thing, I'm not about that. I'm about let's stick with what we got and let's build behind it.
Yeah, and
California. I always mess up your name, but I see you in all these rooms. Thank you for joining us. And yes,
California.
I agree. Yeah, California.
I agree to a certain extent because now that I'm thinking about it, and I was talking to somebody 2 days ago, I'm like, is it really Tua? Because every quarterback that started for us this year has gotten hurt. And
every single one of them, bro.
So
all
is
of them.
Is it Teddy's fault? Oh, he can't. Is it Skylar? This is Skylar's first year. Oh, can he not stay healthy, or is it the O-line?
I was gonna say, whose fault is it to keep the quarterbacks upright? It's the O-line, bro.
I don't care. Tom Brady was here, but he would get banged up too. I'm telling you. So
he would.
So, and I've been thinking about it. Like everybody's saying, Tua just can't get hurt. He keeps getting concussions. Well, the O-line is not. Well, the first bad concussion was his fault, but every other hit that he gets hit in the backfield, it's like they're missing blocks, and he's just getting hit, and he has a run. He's having to run and just falls down and hits his head a certain way or whatever it is. I mean, I don't think it's – if Tua had a good O-line this year, I think nobody would be saying, even including myself, like, is he able to go? So I'm putting that into perspective. Like, I don't think it's Tua. I think it's the O-line because all 3 quarterbacks got hurt. And then during the Pager game, they said that if Skylar got hurt, we'd have to have what's his face?
Cedric Wilson would have been your emergency quarterback.
And then Cedric Wilson probably would have
got hurt too.
It's not Tua, man. It's really nice, the O-line. And we have
what's
to
that Jalen hit it right on the head, man. What's it tell you when every one of your quarterbacks has come into the game and every one of them has gotten hurt?
I know it's crazy. And every time a backup starts, he gets hurt that week, and then the guy that hasn't had any starting reps comes in and has to play.
So bad luck. Now we have bad luck compiling on injuries on top of bad organizational scheme. See what I'm saying, dude?
It's
all
bad,
this stuff is like you got to have an O-line to go out there and compete. Why are they Rob, you keep going back to the 49ers here. The 49ers. Oh, yeah. Dude, they have Trent Williams. They have one of the best damn tackles in the game of football. I think that's got a lot to do with the team's success, honestly. They got someone back there to always watch the back of their quarterback. Oh, go ahead, Jay. I think it's got a lot to do with it.
The reason I picked the 49ers, it just drive me crazy, the 49ers franchise, because like I say, they've changed coaches, changed quarterbacks, and here they are already in another Super Bowl while we keep on saying, oh, we're rebuilding. I'm like, good God, how long, other teams get there?
Well, what's that tell you, man? That tells you that obviously something that's like, it's like McDonald's. What makes McDonald's successful? Is it the people who run the business, or is it the system that's in place?
It's the system that's
consistent. It's the system that's in place.
You're not going to go get a filet mignon at McDonald's, but
exactly.
You're going to get
a quarter pounder with cheese.
You know what you're going to get, and they stay consistent. They don't try to say, all of a sudden we're going to start selling $50 steaks.
Exactly. Same thing with like Chick-fil-A. They're so consistent and so fast because they know what they're doing. They see this all the time. It's the same kind of analogy I'm going to use for the Dolphins. Everything here is rookie. It's brand new. It's foreign. Even to Tua, even like I know no one wants to give him a pass, but like he's in his third season. He's in his third season with his third different offensive coordinator. It's like rookie. It's like you've heard me use this analogy, and I know it's a gross one, like a right tackle learning how to play left tackle and a left tackle learning how to play right tackle. It's like learning to wipe your butt with your left hand and you're right-handed. It's really hard, you guys. Like these things that they're doing in the NFL aren't easy. They look easy because we're on the couch sitting here being like, oh man, I could do that. No, we couldn't. In reality, we get out there and be just as lost as they are. Like anybody, like when Mostert got into the game and came in there and Jeff Wilson put on his helmet, started running the football, just act like he was in an offense naturally. I was actually impressed because he knows the offense, but it's still a change, an acclimation change. Like there's so many things going on that like I don't think a lot of us take it for granted. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
We take it for granted. The last guy on the last practice squad of the worst team in the NFL has so much talent that we can never dream of. That's
absolutely.
So it's just like we do take it for granted.
I agree.
So it's tough. But when it's just your franchise, you're like, why some of the other franchises hit the right button so often? And we, here's the Pittsburgh Steelers, all the things fall apart. And if we lose in the Patriots lose, Pittsburgh sneaks back into the playoffs if they win. So it's just crazy. Some teams just get there all the time, and we can't ever get there. So it does get frustrating.
A lot of luck goes into that. What you just said right there. They just they put their cards in place a long time ago, and it's just they're riding it all the way out. Like the Steelers, I'll use it as a classic example. Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. They've had three coaches since the 70s, dude.
No, that's
I mean, how many coaches have we been through? 12.
Oh my God,
we've damn near tripled that total that they have right there. Yeah. And then we wonder where our problem's at. No, bro, it starts at the top. It's a dysfunctional organization. Starts at the top and it trickles its way down, all the way down to your quarterback, all the way down to your towel boy who's like, why can't we win a game? Here's a towel. Shut the hell up.
No, and I agree. And I think Stephen Ross is a good owner overall. He's just made the wrong decisions because at least he's an owner that's not afraid to spend the money. I mean, look at that. Greer came to him, hey, we can get Chubb, but he's going to want the big money right away. What did they do? He says, okay, where's the check? Let me sign it. And so it's like fans picking on Ross,
it's crazy. Like
wrong fee. He just picks the wrong fee. I wish he had better luck.
There you go. Luck. You hit it right there on the head. Luck. If he would just get lucky, man, we would actually maybe win something. There's a lot of luck involved here, but you can get your percentages to go up in that luck category by making some of the right decisions for your football team as well.
No, I agree. We do because he obviously picks the right things in his construction business. He's just when it comes to the football business, he doesn't pick the right guys to lead the team.
I really can't blame the guy though, man. He's like going all out. He tries.
I mean, I give him
He's
that.
trying. He's definitely trying.
Yeah, and then hopefully, because I know now they had planned to sell the team if something happened to Ross, but now I hear the daughter is going to take over the team if something happens to Ross. So hopefully,
no.
Yeah, I just saw that. So the daughter is going to be the owner if something happens.
I'm not a Dolphin fan anymore. I'm sorry.
Sorry. He's like, I'm done.
I'm done.
It could have been that guy that knew Brady that was caused all the tampering, got a suspension. That was going to be the successor. But when all that mess, they took him out, and now the successor is his daughter.
Oh, no.
But, she may flip it because, man, when someone's, rumors are that these franchises are going for $7 billion, he's going to say $7 billion, and I don't have to hit a headache of all these idiots complaining. So
what if she was to sell it? Where would you want her to sell?
I don't know, but if he would sell it, it's just hopefully. That's why I say then all of us that are complaining about Ross may realize, oh, crap, we actually, we may sell it to an owner like the Marlins owners and all these people.
I got one right now. You guys want to win a Super Bowl? I know this guy owns enough things already because he owns the Avalanche, he owns the Rams, he owns the Nuggets, he owns the Rockies. Sell it to Stan Kroenke.
He already owns it. Maybe the Miami Heat owner that owns the cruise ships. What is his Mickey? Whatever.
I know.
Maybe he could buy them or something. He would.
I'm just saying Stan Kroenke because at least they win. I mean, like they put in to win. Watch the Denver Nuggets will be the next successful franchise that he owns. I would sell it to him if you want to win something.
Yeah.
It is something to that too. I do believe that's one thing about Ross. He loves his Michigan, and it seems like he does love his Michigan.
They lost anyway, man. TCU's that Cinderella Destiny team. No one thought it was until last week. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I take that back. me and Jalen thought that was actually the Cinderella team and called TCU winning that game over Georgia last week.
I said TCU went before they played this game. I'm gonna say like at least 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I said TCU is gonna win it all.
Yep,
And
he sure did.
And before the playoffs even started, I said TCU is gonna get in. Alabama's not getting in. I was talking to my dad about that. He said, "Oh, I bet you $50." I said,
Alabama's gonna get there.
TCU's gonna get in, and TCU's gonna make a run and win it all.
I believe it, man. What do you think about that quarterback, Jalen? That Max Duggan kid. What do you think about that kid?
Love him.
Do you like that kid? I like that kid too. I like his game. I like his heart. I like his background.
He's gritty. He's gritty.
Man. He's real gritty. He used to go lift 100-pound hay bales out there on the farm, and he's not scared. He's not scared to throw his face in the fan, man. I want a quarterback like that. Bring something like that to Miami, man. I think you'll have something to sharpen iron. That'll help make Tua better.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's
absolutely,
cool.
Dude.
Hey guys, thank you for so many of you in the room here today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Justin and I are here every day. We're trying to get Jalen on our network more often. We can figure something out with his busy schedule. Being a parent, my kids are bigger already, so it's easier to Jalen.
Right.
You got the little one, so I know it's tough, but we'll work something out. And anyways, just make sure you like and subscribe. But no, I agree with you on this. Those 2 games this past week were amazing games in themselves.
Oh my God.
And then I did not have TCU beating Michigan, so you guys were ahead of me on that one. So I give you guys kudos. Yeah. I was thinking, oh man, TCU lost their conference championship game.
Right.
It's because of Duggan. Honestly, I said Michigan. I said I was looking at the game and I was telling people. They said, "You really have TCU winning?" I said, "Yes, because I like the matchups. I love their DBs. The DBs matched well against the Michigan receivers." And I said, I don't think the Michigan receivers are gonna really do anything on number 1. And I forgot their names. And
Tomlinson, Damian Tomlinson's nephew was in there.
I was at my uncle's house. He said, "Damn, you hit it right on the head." I said, "Yeah, man. They just match up really good." And I like their DBs on Georgia's receivers as well.
So do I.
I really do. I like the
TCU. What's the point spread? I know you're a better Justin, so you probably know this.
It's probably like three points, I think.
You could. I want to say they were going to put it at no, it's at 8. I think it's at
8. Oh my God!
I think it's up there because I'm the same way as Justin.
I'll take TCU. I'll take TCU right now.
Yeah, I think it's actually up there. I want to say, or did I look at?
If it's anywhere above 6, dude, that's a sucker bet. I'll take TCU.
Yeah, because
here's a question for you, Justin. And you guys can talk about that game in a minute, but here's a question for you, Justin. I'll let you.
I do have a question for the panel. Are there any of the quarterbacks in Tua's draft class that are starters are being questioned if they are the guy? Let me see his draft class. So Burrow, Herbert, Tua, Jordan Love. Yeah, Jordan Love's being questioned whether he's the guy or not right now.
Yeah.
Out of all the other guys that are in the league, though, right now, out of his draft class, no. Not really. I think you can safely assume that Justin Herbert's the man in Los Angeles, and you can assume that Joe Burrow, obviously, is the man
He's
in
already
Cincinnati.
been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think that's safe to assume that, yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts is doing, he was later on in the draft, but
is that the same draft class?
I don't know if I'm not even sure if they're the same draft. I know, they may have been 1 year apart. I don't know.
I think they're 1 year apart.
Okay. But
Jalen Hurts is succeeding. I don't know if you want to say that he's the franchise quarterback there yet.
Yeah, they had questions about him in the beginning of the year, but obviously he broke those questions. I meant those thoughts if he was the guy or not. So I think everybody else in the draft class, I think they're set in stone with their quarterback.
Yeah, they are. But anything can happen, man. You could look like you're a franchise quarterback 2 years and come out there and lay a duck for 3 seasons.
Look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees, his first 3 years they're terrible.
Yeah,
not terrible. They were not good at all. And then it took him like his 5th year maybe to go to the Super Bowl or something like that.
Yeah, it took a while.
6 years. So honestly, it's just you never know. It's a hit or miss. You could get like the Zach Wilson, number 2 pick. It's a hit or miss at this point.
It is.
You never know.
You never know what you're going to get. I mean, look, to go jump off, piggyback what Jalen just said, Peyton Manning's first season in the NFL was terrible. I think he had like 35 touchdowns and 35 interceptions. I was like, damn, dude, is this dude going to be any good at all? You know,
And look at him now.
And now look at him now. He's the Hall of Fame quarterback. And what did that come from? That came from experience and it came from time. Or California, same year. Are you saying same year for Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
That's still fine, but there's still you could say he's a franchise quarterback if you want to, but I'm not going to give him that yet. He's only proven this season. So yeah, I think there's question marks in Philly, question marks on Tua still, and then you have Jordan Love in Green Bay. So I know where you're going with that. I know where you're going with it, saying, oh, well, there's no other question marks in Cincinnati and there's no other question marks in Los Angeles, and I understand what you're saying, but guess what? There's always going to be a question mark here until you get that guy here. And until even when you do, in my mind, you're still going to need someone behind him. So you're always going to have questions. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. If, we wanted everything perfect here, we would have kept Ryan Tannehill and got the most perfect thing in front of him, and he still would have found a way to screw it up. Sometimes you just got to, deal with what you're dealt. It stinks, I wanted Joe Burrow, but we don't have Joe Burrow. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, we didn't tink enough, I guess.
Exactly.
So and Joe Burrow blew up that
senior. I'm actually happy. I'm happy with what we got. I'm going to be honest with you. We tanked for the kid we wanted the whole time, which was Tua. I knew right in my mind that number 5 pick was going to be Tua. So when we got Tua, I jumped for joy. You see this dude I watch all the time. He had an article, or actually a show he has. His name's Barry Cunningham. Actually did a YouTube show he does, and he said that the Dolphins fans don't deserve Tua Tagovailoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that some of the fans, I don't think you realize what you have in Tua Tagovailoa, and then others are like, "Nah, he's a bum. He can't stay healthy." I know there's people
that's what
who
we're
don't
here
like
for. Killer California. We want all you guys, California.
Come on the show, bro.
All your
Share your thoughts,
man. That we always want your perspective, and if you ever want to join the show, let us know, and we'll drop you a link anytime.
No, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So it's just the Dolphins fans. I think we're just so hungry for good that we're going to pick harder on anything that goes wrong. It's just because it's been so long. I mean, we all know it's been 20 years since we've had a playoff victory. So
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, bro. Like, I love Tua. That was my favorite quarterback besides Burrow coming into the draft. But if I had to do it all over again, knowing what I know now, if I knew that then, I would have made a better team decision and drafted Justin Herbert. I'm not even going to lie to you. And the reason why is because I'm not even a Herbert guy, but the reason why
is
available. Because he's available. He's more healthier. He didn't get hurt all those years coming out of high school, coming out of college. It would have been the smarter pick overall. And you've heard me say this 1,000 times, and I'll say it one more.
Oh, say it one more. He just lost.
Yeah,
he froze. He was so worried about you being Mr. Dad there that he froze him. Oh, there you are.
No, you're good. But what I was going to say is the Dolphins. We gambled, like you've heard me say before. The Dolphins gambled on Tua, and at this point, so far, it's looking like they may have lost.
Right.
But that's the reality of those picks. If I had to do it over again, I would take Justin Herbert because it would be a better. The best ability is your availability. It'd be better for us going forward because we'll have a starter in there all the time.
Right. We would have had more consistency.
Yeah.
Over the past 3 years.
To me, the sexier pick was definitely Tua, and that's what we went with. I don't know, bro. I'm not a GM, but hindsight is one thing. Looking back on it now, I guess Justin would have been the better pick.
Yeah. No, I agree. Obviously, I was saying just take the best quarterback. I was letting the Dolphins make the decision. The other ones that get paid the big bucks to make the decision. I was just happy, looking forward to it. We were coming into that draft. We had 3 picks. I'm like, I'm just going to trust the process, and whoever they pick, they pick.
I'll tell you what.
I was happy, but yeah, in hindsight.
The thing that really scared me away from the Justin Herbert thing, and the reason why I'm not a fan, and I'm like, oh man, I don't really like the kid, is because Tua's setup, and his setup is so clean. Like, It's compact. His drop back's real good. There's
Right.
no hill to toe clicky stuff. It's his setup's good. He can maneuver through the pocket. When I scouted Justin Herbert, I saw quite the opposite. He has like this ball roll thing he'll do in his hands. His feet go together a little bit, and his hips are never where they need to be. His foot placement's a mess. So I personally thought that he was technically a mess, and
But
he
he
needed
did
a lot. Well, he had a lot of help from Pep Hamilton, and they worked with him, and they got his game better.
Nope, we lost him. Yeah, he's definitely improved. I mean, he came out as a rookie. He always drops out at the end, and I know you're busy, so if you have to leave at any time, I understand.
Oh,
So,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I know we're almost there at the end anyway. Let's see. There
he is.
Well,
Yeah.
what I was saying is Pep Hamilton worked on his technique and brought him up to speed where he's at now. You know what I'm saying? Like he cleaned a lot of that up. I got to give Justin a lot of credit that he's come a long way from where he was in college, and he fixed a lot of his technique problems. Does he still have them from time to time? Yeah, it happens a lot. You'll see a lot of times where he just doesn't look like he's technically set up, and because he's so tall, it's hard for him to flip his hips and move correctly sometimes. But he's a great athlete. He's making a lot of strides in the game. I think that they're doing a great job with Justin down there. The Dolphins need to do a better job with Tua in Miami.
Yeah, no, I agree. But definitely California is towards not in the same realm as those guys. I mean, it's just physically speaking from a.
Did I just see that California said that Justin Herbert was elite? Is that what I got out of that last take?
Oh yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
He's
not elite. What's he elite at doing? Throwing interceptions in the fourth quarter to cost his team the game?
Oh, this year he's been better at that.
Because that's what I see him elite at.
I think Tua has shown, and this is just me. I am a numbers guy as well, because you can't be great without numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's how you go to the Hall of Fame, and that's how you make a name. So when I do see Tua is healthy, he beats Justin Herbert by far in any categories besides passing yards. You know what I'm saying? So it's
arm strength.
It's just the arm strength. But it's like I tell people, I'd rather the dink and dunk, whatever how you say it, than the long 60-yard pass. You have more success throwing the ball 10 to 12 yards or 5 to 12 to 13 yards instead of trying to throw the ball deep every time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it goes to the NBA or college, any basketball. Would you rather have an easy layup, or would you rather take a shot every game from 30 plus? What are your better chances? What are your better chances?
The high percentage shot is the shorter one, obviously.
Right.
So it goes either ways. But I mean, every time Tua is, and I understand the availability that's the key that we're looking at right now.
That's the key where I think we all agree on.
Yep. Because when he's in, he shows that his QBR, his passing rating. I mean, literally everything is better than Justin Herbert and even Joe Burrow. Really,
yeah.
So he just has to stay healthy, and how we do that is to get him a healthy O-line. That's it.
Definitely.
I'm picturing it right now. If we get a great O-line, Tua's crazy.
Yeah, man. He'll literally pick defenses apart if he has that kind of time. Think about this. Let me throw this out there for you guys, a scenario. Tua never gets hurt at Alabama, doesn't scramble out, doesn't suffer the hip injury. Who's the first-round pick of that draft?
He's probably the number one overall pick.
He's a Cincinnati Bengal to this day, bro. Bingo. I'm telling you right now, they would have drafted him number one because he was the best college quarterback that you've ever
Burrow
seen.
Did ball
well, I know. You've never
year,
seen nothing like Burrow. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. But, I still think Tua would have been the pick, though.
I think so, too. But Burrow did have that outrageous last year out almost nowhere. You know, it's just crazy. He just boom. And then
man.
he's like,
when I seen that kid play at LSU like that, bro, the first thing that
it may have been close, but you're right. If 100% healthy, he never missed a game in college and led them the way he led, Alabama to always one of the best teams in the nation. Yes, I think he would have been probably the.
You know what? I'll probably get ate up on here for saying this, but when I was scouting Joe Burrow, man, like I fell in love with the kid's tape. The first thing that hit my mind when I watched Joe Burrow play at LSU, and I know people are going to eat me up, the first thing that hit my brain was Tom Brady. Like, it just looks like Tom in the pocket, the way he maneuvers through it. He's real smooth, man, real smooth. He makes dudes miss. He can read defense, is real clutch. And the thing that I like about Burrow is when he scrambles and, like, moves out of the pocket or whatnot, his eyes are downfield. He's looking for a strike. He's looking for the big throw first and the check down next.
Right.
Yep.
No,
So
you're right.
do you guys I don't really remember hearing from you guys. I know I said it, but do you guys think that we get in? How do you guys feel about this week coming up in the postseason with the Dolphins?
I feel like we get in. I know Justin says the matchup on defense against us is tough because he really respects the Jets defense. But I find with the way that the Dolphins win, and like you, I think the Bills beat the Patriots.
You guys want my serious answer? What I think's going to happen?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey,
damn, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. I think it's going to be the same old Dolphins thing you see I've seen it happen 1,000 times. You need this last game to get into the playoffs. Oh, and it's versus the Jets, and you lose. I don't think it changes at all. I really don't. I think you're going to go out there and they're going to sling it around, bro, and they're going to come up $1 short. 15 cents too late. It's just going to be not enough of what you need, man. I'm sorry. Like, I want to say different. Hey, don't get mad at me, Jalen. I picked us to win every game this season. So hopefully I'll pick us to lose this one and we'll win. But I'll be honest with you. I honestly don't see good things because of what we're faced against. You got a 7th round rookie quarterback going to make his start against this really tough Jets defense. The Jets is going to be wanting to.
He's going to show you this week that
I hope so.
It's not like that.
I hope so, man.
Even the Jet fans, Jalen.
Jet fans, they like Benny and them. They DM me all the time. Like, the defense is so fraud. Like our defense. I know. I said this week 5 when you guys thought you guys were going to have number 1. I can see it. They're not that good. I
remember getting in the spaces and listening to you talk, and I'm like, damn, Jalen's for real. He thinks they suck. And you know what? Maybe he's right. Maybe they are fraud. I don't know, man. Like what you said about Skyler right there, man. I hope he does prove me right, prove a lot of people right. I had him on my big board because I believe in him, and the Dolphins obviously believed in him too. That's why they brought him here. But damn it, man, help the kid out a little bit. Don't just make it all on him to win the football game for you.
I think they would come up with something.
Because the Jets are
coming up on the hour here, so we're almost done. So, Jalen, any final thoughts before we wrap up for the morning here?
Oh, he's on mute right now.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Any final thoughts for you before we head out? We're about to wrap up the show.
I mean, unless you guys have a question for me, but other than that, no, I'm good. It was a pleasure being on. It's a pleasure being on.
I know you said you think the Dolphins will win, the Patriots will lose this week, and Miami gets into the playoffs.
Yep, I do.
All right, Justin, you're not so sure about that, but hey,
But I do 100% think the Patriots will lose, so it's just up to us. It's up to us. I don't see the Bills. I don't see them losing to the Bills because the Bills are going to have their starting people out there for sure.
Right.
They have to for that number 1 spot, and
except for DeMar. Exactly. Yeah, he won't be out there.
Hopefully, like I say, of course, DeMar, we wish him the speedy recovery. We hope for the best and pray and thoughts. For
Absolutely,
him.
Man.
But hopefully, Buffalo plays for him. They have a little extra motivation and they want to go out there and kick some Patriot butt going in there. And that'd be good. But anyway, guys, thank you. We had a lot of people in here today, so thank you for joining. Make sure you like and subscribe. Fins up to all of you guys, and Justin, I see you tomorrow.
Right,
and Jalen, we got to talk about getting on you here more often.
Yeah, Jalen, stick around after the show. We'll talk for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, guys, fins up. See you guys tomorrow.
First kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make it early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino.